2022 has been probably the most unaccomplished year of my life up to this point, which is saying something because I've had horrendous procrastination problems, literally extending back to, if I'm being honest, probably before I was 10 years old. Probably back to when my age was in the single digits. I've had terrible problems with procrastination, which kind of sprung up at the same time as my problems with insomnia, if I'm being honest. And I'll probably do a future vlog just on that topic of life with crippling insomnia, which is something I've been dealing with for over a quarter of a century now, and I see absolutely no sign that that'll stop anytime soon, because definitely nothing I've tried to alleviate that has ever worked, no matter how proven or scientifically sound it is. But yeah, I don't know, 2022 has just not been a great year for me on the terms of accomplishing things. Like, I have a job that I go to. If I'm being honest, it's not a job I particularly care about on any level whatsoever anymore. Obviously, because I'm talking right now on a vlog that's fully linked to my real identity and face about how apathetic I am about it. I don't want to give the impression that it's terrible in any objective way, just that it's not in the field I'm interested in, and there's no particular path for any kind of real advancement in it. It's just a day job. Just kind of slug away at it a little bit, make a little money. I'm pretty good at saving money. I'm not naturally spendy. I never really have been. This even goes back to, when I was in my 20s, or when I was, maybe my late teens, getting my very first job. I was always pretty good at tucking away money, and that's always been the case. I can save money with making pretty much any amounts. I guess it just comes down to the fact that I was early to adopt and have largely stuck to enjoying a lot of, if not free, then at least very cheap means of entertainment. The internet, YouTube, reading books, which is not free, but like I said, I can, order an 800-page book for $5 a lot of the times on Thrift Books, and that obviously occupies me for many hours because I'm not a fast reader. But yeah, I don't know. I've chipped away at work this year. I've hit the gym, but I don't really consider that much of an accomplishment for me personally, because I don't really have any problem with it. I've been adding more pull-ups to what I can do in one session. That's cool, I guess. But, let's be honest, in 10 years, 20 years, 100 years, when I'm dead and buried, no one's going to remember that I could do a decently respectable number of pull-ups in one sitting. If I have grandkids or great-grandkids, they're not going to give a shit about that. No, what I've really been trying to work on for, I guess to some extent, since 2020 actually is, gosh, maybe I even started at the earliest parts of working on it back in 2019. Now that I'm thinking of it, is a novel I've been working on, Six Swords on Silver Hill it's called. And the sad part is that last year in 2021 I was doing very well at it. I was sitting the fuck down and plugging away at it day after day after day. I was hitting the fucking text document. I was sitting down getting in 3-4 hours of work just day after day after day. I was literally writing the equivalent of probably like 100 pages worth a month at some points. I'm thinking of like August of last year, which, God, this year is flying by so fucking quick. That was 11 months ago now. I wrote a good 120 pages worth of what would it be in, the equivalent of paperback book format in 1 month. Yeah, this whole year, writer's block wouldn't be the right way to describe it, because I know, I've written 90% of the book, right? Because I have this outline that at this point, I can say I wrote it when I was a younger man. I wrote this outline for the book in 2019, I'm pretty goddamn sure. And I got 90% of the way through it, and for some reason I'm just stuck. I have this like mental block in the last like 10% just this year. And like I sat down like the last week of December last year, and I wrote out this schedule I'm going to work on the book for this many hours every goddamn fucking day. In January was my idea, and I'm going to finish it by the end of January. Cut through January, I've written 0 words. I'm going to work on it every day in February, and I don't need to walk you through the whole year like that, but I think there was one week, I don't know, maybe it was in May, I literally forced myself to sit down and write, and I wrote like maybe 5,000 words, but I mean, I was writing 5,000 words, you know, in space of 2 days a lot of times last year, so I don't know why my mental block has been so terrible this year. To some extent, it's maybe apathy about my job, but really shouldn't that be a motivation to work harder at your side projects? And the other side project I was trying to work on was this main YouTube channel I have, Tim's Quest, where I've been trying to do book reviews and stuff. And maybe some video game reviews, like some Let's Plays, maybe some commentaries and podcasts, like this anime podcast. But yeah, I've been really kind of mentally jammed up on that too. I keep, and I wish I could say I was doing something even good wasting time, but no, it's mostly reloading the same like 24 websites over and over and out for hours and playing video games. So yeah, I don't know, it's, I was going back and reading, if you ever read the blog Wait But Why, there was by Tim Urban, I believe the guy's name is. He has these articles on procrastination, and I was just rereading them the other day because I can definitely relate to it, the idea of wasting time in the dark playground, because yeah, that is definitely what I've been getting up to lately. And yeah, I've just whittled away. I mean, I don't want to say the year's over. There's 5 months left basically as of when I'm recording this. August, September, October, November, December, and yeah, if I really get down to it, I can accomplish a lot in those 5 months. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. It's been terrible this year. I don't even have any excuse that I'm like, you know, that I have a great social life to attend to, because you know I don't really hang out with much of anyone. Don't really go to restaurants. I've been to the movies I think 3 times this year. Yeah. Don't really do anything productive. I don't volunteer with my free time. I don't feed the homeless. I don't work on. I do go to the gym, like I said. I guess because that doesn't involve creative work. We have to really use your brain and just sheer muscle work. So, but yeah, this year I've just been jammed up, man. It's been. So anyway, that's why I'm gonna try to start over from this point. I don't want to try to, I keep trying to burn myself out, basically saying, okay, I'm going to, in addition to my job and hitting the gym every day, I'm also going to put in a full 40-hour work week this next week and working on my novel, and 3 hours a day working on my YouTube videos, and guess what? It never ends up happening. So I wrote out a schedule. I think it's relatively modest. It's kind of an alternating thing, like 1 week I'll just plug in about 1 hour a day on working on the novel, and like 5 hours a day working on the videos. Then swap it the next week. Just work on videos for like 1 hour, work on novels for like 5 hours. I'm going to try to do that because at a certain point, you can't be a novelist if you don't write a fucking goddamn novel. That's like saying you're going to be a weightlifter and then not lifting a weight, right? It's like saying you're going to be an artist, but you're not going to give the painting thing a shot. No, I gotta finish the goddamn fucking novel. To some extent, it did get away from me. That's probably where some of the problem is. I had planned it out as like a 400 to 450 page thing. It's now ended up being an 800 page, Eye of the World size monster, a Game of Thrones size monster of a book, which wasn't really what I'd ever planned for. I don't know why exactly it got away from me so badly in that sense, but it did. So unfortunately, there's probably going to be a process of trimming down. I do use a few too many adjectives and adverbs, so I think I'll be able to go through and slice that down fairly quickly-ish. Not to the full extent of what I want, but I think I'll be able to get, do a quick run through when I'm done, get at least 10, 20,000 words off, hopefully, which isn't that much in the grand scheme of how long it's gotten, but it'll help a little bit. But yeah, so anyway, from here on out, I'm going to try to focus on my tasks at hand. I just beat a video game called Rise of the Third Power, which maybe I'll do a quick review of on this channel. But other than that, I'm really, and maybe doing live streams, I'm really going to try to set the gaming aside for the rest of this year, basically, and maybe even going into next year. Like, by the time Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, I should have this novel, like, fucking finished and be able to guilt-free set aside, like, a few weeks to enjoy Breath of the Wild 2. But until then, I really can't make any excuses. I'm not, turning 27 next month. I'm turning fucking 37. Like, basically 40 if we're being honest, And then 50 is the next one on the horizon after that, so I can't say, like, oh, I got a lot of time anymore, because I actually don't. Like, the time is really fucking, like, ticking away, like, very quickly here. And I'm looking down the barrel of a life having accomplished jack shit, let's be frank. I can still look and say, like, oh, such and such, Terry Goodkind published his first novel at the age of 46, so I still have time, Robert Jordan published Wheel of Time, I don't know, I can't remember what it was, but I think it was older than 37, so, George Martin published a Game of Thrones when he was 40-something, right? Although that was not his first novel, but, and such, so, I'm not, like, completely out of time, but I really should start getting on this, because, yeah. But yeah, this year's not been good. It's been a uniquely unaccomplished year, especially, I can't even, like, say that, like, despite the fact that the one, like, I put like 2 ticks on the box, right? 2 ticks on the board. I have a job. The overall amount of money I have hasn't really gone up because my investment portfolio has, like, sunk in sync with my savings going up, right? So I think my total like cash life savings at this point is probably about the fucking same now that it was in January, despite the fact that, I haven't gone on vacation, I haven't bought a console, I haven't bought a TV, I don't go out to eat much at restaurants, so really I should have $10,000 more than I did in January, but I don't, because of the stock market taking the old dive, taking the old plunge. So yeah, that's shit. I can do more pull-ups than I could. But yeah, yeah, that's a cope. That's a cope. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. No one I pass on the street is impressed. No one at work is gonna be like, "Oh, you can do 70 pull-ups? That's amazing." No one cares about that. Now, I have had people at work be like, "Oh, is it true I heard you're writing a novel?" I don't really even know how they found out. I guess I might have mentioned it literally to, like, one person who doesn't even work there anymore at one point, and they told 2 friends, and they told 2 friends, and so on and so on. So I'll have people be like, "Oh, you have a novel? Can I read? Oh, I should read that," And I'm like, "Well, yeah, that'd be great. I have written about 2 pages in the last 9 months, but Kat says hello." So yeah, anyway, so that's what I'm up to here. I'm gonna try to start just as a minor creative outlet, a way to force myself to do something every day, just to get the brain juices flowing. I'm gonna basically force myself to record and release something on this channel, Tim Second Quest, every day. Not in spite of, but because of the fact that, at least as of me posting this, it has no viewers. Really, I think it has 2 subscribers. 2, and that's so I'm just gonna use this as a minor creative outlet channel, like a vlog type bullshit thing. So yeah, that's about it for now. But yeah, I just starting basically tomorrow. I'm not going to do the thing where I'm like, I'm going to wait till August 1st, then I'm going to start. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to try to start getting a little more serious about trying to work on some things I'm trying to work on, because it's not going to be the best thing in the world if a year from now, in July of 2023, I'm like, well, I'm almost done with my first novel that I started back before any of us knew what COVID was, basically. Was when I started this fucking thing. Back when, you know, The Last Jedi was the last Star Wars movie. That's when I started it, this novel. So yeah, anyway, well, that'll about wrap this vlog up for now.